Hello vlog. So in a shocking turn of events, Paige is going to a nightclub this evening at the grand old age of 26. I didn't think I was going to a nightclub ever again. I thought I'd retired from clubbing, but we have been given free entry tickets to the Ivy in Sydney, which apparently is a hot clubbing spot in Sydney. We also get a free drink on arrival, and I just thought, even if I go for half an hour, then I've experienced it. You know, I'm just intrigued. There's that little bit of curiosity to check it out. Also, the rest of the group tour is going, and I should make an effort while out here to be friendly with people. So we're going off. It has been a good day today. Our little road trip down to Jiroa and the surf camp came to a close. We got back. The wine tasting was great. My first time wine tasting, as I mentioned earlier. Made myself a quick pasta for dinner, and just to be honest, have sat and wound down a little bit this afternoon to recover from the road trip. And yeah, now it's about 9 o'clock, approaching 9 o'clock. I think the others are already pre-drinking downstairs. Now the handy thing about not being a big drinker is you don't have to pre-drink. So I'm just rocking up and I'm ready to go. Oh, I'll show you my clubbing outfit. I'm quite pleased with this one. It's a little two-piece, people. Just called my parents. Haven't had a chance to speak to my parents in days because it's been quite full on doing the group tour. It's been quite jam-packed and I've been spending time socialising. But I had a quick check-in with my mum. She's been catching up with me via Instagram anyway. She pretty much keeps up with what I'm up to. But yeah, we are back at Wake Up Sydney hostel, so we've just checked in again after returning from surf camp today. We're in a different room. It's actually a bigger room. This is an upgrade. Huge long mirror there. Hello, so it is now just past midnight. But I did get back from the club like 40 minutes ago. I didn't stay late. Me and one other person from the tour walked back. I know what I enjoy and I know what I don't enjoy these days, and I don't get FOMO from people clubbing, and I'm actually quite glad about that, because definitely there was a time when I did get FOMO and I did try and force myself into liking these things, whereas now I'm very comfortable that I don't enjoy these things. But also, I didn't have an awful time. I actually did not have an awful time. I can see why people enjoy a night at Sydney Ivy, or the Ivy Sydney. I don't know what you call it. It's a big entertainment complex. The club has a big dance floor. The tunes were pretty good, I would say. Lots of party anthems. I was quite enjoying it at the start of the night. I probably enjoyed the music less as the night went on, but I think it went more towards kind of house music and music where the beat really drops, and the kind of music people just like bob to rather than like properly sing along to and dance to. But it was interesting. People were dressed fairly nicely, I would say. Obviously trainers, everyone still had trainers on, and the girls had like pretty tops on or pretty dresses on. So you know what, I think I'm gonna go get ready for bed. I am the first one back in my room. Empty room here. You can see my bears on the bed. Another decision I made where I just thought it's better to be myself. So it's Friday morning. I'm sitting in Sydney Centre, just outside the hostel. Grabbed myself a coffee from Roy's, which is a cafe inside the hostel building. And in about 10 minutes or so, I'm heading down to the Welcome to Travel offices because we're having a talk on travelling around Australia. All the tips and tricks on how we're going to do this. Okay, so that was such a helpful travel talk and it's got me so excited. We went through all the kind of different stops on the East Coast tour that I'm going to be doing after I leave Sydney. Byron Bay, the Whitsundays, Kagari, Great Barrier Reef. It's very exciting. Oh, it's breezy, it's breezy. We're now going off to Bondi and we're going to grab lunch down there. So I'm just going to go grab my bikini and beach stuff. Might do the Bondi to Coogee walk that people say is pretty good, and the sun is supposed to come out this afternoon. Saturday in Sydney. I'm heading round the corner to the Welcome to Travel offices again. Today we've got one-on-one sessions to plan out our travels or work while in Australia. So basically I'm going to be chatting to one of the Welcome to Travel community team about what sort of activities I want to get up to while I work my way up the East Coast. It's all quite a lot to take in. I should have brought pen and paper, to be honest with you, but yeah, hey. Okay, that is my one-on-one session over. Had a nice chat with Abby. I spent over an hour going through the different activities I can get up to with her. Welcome to Travel have all of these add-ons you can just book onto as part of their East Coast tour. I've also got my accommodation booked in Cairns now for when the tour ends, and it's a bit of a break before I fly to New Zealand. So I've chosen a hostel which is supposed to be a more chill hostel rather than party hostel in Cairns. So I'm glad that's all sorted, because apparently you do have to book things in advance out here. Hostels do get booked up, especially in Melbourne and Sydney. You can't really book as you go. In the summer peak season you need to be planning in advance where you're moving, so it's just nice to have that off my mind. Everything is sorted, and I believe they're going to email me those plans and travel tickets. And other people generally who are working out here, they get whole life plans emailed to them. Okay guys, I'm in Fika Cafe in Darlinghurst. Got myself a coffee, ordered myself some buttermilk pancakes. Just taking a little bit of me time this week because we've got some free time this afternoon. I love brunch food, so I just felt like this was a good idea. I saw Fika on TikTok and just thought, yes, that is the one. A girl called Trish actually just came up to me and said she watched my videos, which really took me back because obviously I'm in Sydney. I'm a long way from home. It's just really lovely. So again, shout out to everyone watching. Thank you to everyone who says hi. If you ever see me out and about, please come and say hi. It's so nice to actually put faces to the viewers. This looks delish. Okay, I'm feeling absolutely stuffed, but the pancakes were great. The coffee was great. Now I'm actually heading down to Mrs. Macquarie's chair, which is at like the far bottom point of the botanical gardens and has a view over the Harbour Bridge and Opera House. But on my way I was passing the Art Gallery of New South Wales, and I just thought I could do with a bit of aircon right now, and I think it's free entry. So let's just go have a little peek inside. I'm not a huge art person, but I feel this is a sight to see on my travels for sure. These landscapes are my favourites, I think. Apparently they're some of the earliest paintings of the new British colony in Sydney, painted in the 1800s. Definitely more of a landscape rather than a portrait gal in terms of appreciating artwork. Okay, and I am now at Woolloomooloo Lookout, I believe. Over the other side, there's loads of little dining places around this little boat harbour area. This is a Saturday lunchtime and it looks bustling, lots of chatter going on over there. Then we'll look out to the boats, Botanic Gardens over that way. And I'm just strolling along a boardwalk. And yeah, this was just another place marked on my map that was on the way down to Mrs. Macquarie's chair. So I thought, hey, let's check it out. And I am glad I've taken the time to do a little bit of walking around Sydney, because although the trains are great, it just lets me understand a little bit better how everything links together. I've strolled through a few of the different neighbourhoods that are less busy with tourists and that sort of thing. Now I'm kind of hoping there's some stairs to get up to the Botanic Gardens up here, so I'm a little bit low down. I've decided to trust myself rather than use Google Maps for the rest of the way, because I'm charging up my phone in my bag. But really it should be straightforward. I just want to walk along the edge of the Botanic Gardens. We are in business, everyone. Stairs have been acquired. Unfortunately, it turns out they're a dead end. Oh no, it's okay. Jesus Christ. I was just looking straight ahead and thought, uh-oh, can't go any further. But it's okay. It's just a right turn. Oh, it's nice now, it's clouded over. It was getting a little bit hot. I think we're on track. I think we continue down this way. Centipede Rock. In 1846, a group of 8 Aboriginal people were recorded as camping in the outer domain near Centipede Rock. There are so many signs and announcements, I guess, throughout Sydney about the Aboriginal people. There's lots of Aboriginal walking tours. We did one earlier in the week with the Welcome to Travel tour I'm on. I would say this is the best views that I've seen of the Harbour Bridge and Opera House together so far. Pretty panoramic from Mrs Macquarie's Point. Even the city skyline actually, really pretty. There it is behind me there. And suddenly I've gone from being stuffed to contemplating whether I need some ice cream. I think this might be my favourite part of Sydney that I've seen. As a tourist anyway, it's always exciting to see the good viewpoints. Managed to ask a few strangers for some photos of me. And now I want to head down and see Mrs Macquarie's chair, which I think is just down these steps. I went past it earlier. And this is Mrs Macquarie's chair. Let's take a seat. This is clearly the spot to come to for weddings, because I spy 1, 2, 3, 4 brides over there. That's the Public Library of New South Wales, where I think I stopped actually earlier in the week to use their toilet. I'm actually now heading into the CBD again because I wanted to pop by the Queen Victoria building shopping arcade, and I actually don't have long. The shopping centre closes in like 2 hours time. So as I was walking back, I thought I actually better check out who Mrs Macquarie actually is, having sat in her chair, you know what I mean? And it turns out she was the wife of the Governor Lachlan Macquarie, who was Governor of New South Wales and commissioned some convicts to carve it for her, and that was back in 1810. Hello, so we've just had a barbecue this morning, and that has marked the end of the Welcome to Sydney tour that I've joined with Welcome to Travel. It's been a good week. I did check out of my room earlier, but checked into a different room which I'm staying in for the next 2 nights in the same hostel in Wake Up. Met a couple of new people called Ryan and Debbie in the hostel room who were friendly enough. I think this is Royal Albert Park that I'm in. It's got a swimming pool in this park that I actually probably should go to at some point, but I don't have my swimwear at the moment, and I want to find a cafe, get myself a nice iced latte, do a little bit of editing of YouTube content just so I'm on top of it. Editing this video that I'm filming right now. I think energy levels were quite low this morning because everyone was out clubbing last night. We had like the final pub crawl. It was good fun. Like I stayed out until 11:30 maybe. Maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe it was 11. I don't know. But I didn't go to bed early. I was on the dance floor. I did try some Goon, which is an Australian creation, some sort of watered down wine. It was all right, you know. I thought it was quite drinkable. And then I do need to head over to Macquarie University area again this afternoon to get my second round of travel vaccinations for Southeast Asia. Luckily last week I didn't get any side effects, so hopefully it's the same this week. I liked it in there. They had a very fancy coffee menu. Definitely recommend it if you're into your coffee, lots of different blends. I just had a refreshing iced latte, sat and did some video editing. Now I'm gonna go and hop on the metro to go get my vaccinations. And it's actually quite a busy day today because by the time I've had my vaccinations, I'm gonna need to head back, quickly get showered and get ready to go out for the evening because I'm going for dinner at an old friend's house actually, someone who I knew from university at Jesus College, who's Australian and who lives in Sydney. She's called Sarah and she used to cox for the Jesus College Boat Club. I haven't seen her in literally years, maybe 5 years or something crazy like that, so it'll be so nice to catch up. And it's really lovely of her to invite me over to her house while I'm in Sydney, so I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a really wholesome evening. Also, I feel like now is a good time to mention / remind you guys that I've got discount codes for Welcome to Travel tours, which includes the Welcome to Sydney tour that I've just done. So if you did want to do the same thing, or you liked what you've seen from what I've vlogged this week, check out the codes in the description because you can get a decent amount off the tours. Especially if you're a first-time solo traveller like me, they just put you so much at ease and you're in safe hands with settling in out here. So the good news is I've made it to the metro platform. The bad news is there's a rail replacement bus for part of my journey, which I hadn't really accounted for when timing myself for getting out there, but I think I'm still going to make it just about in time. I need to pop by the pharmacy first to pick up the vaccine that I was prescribed and had to order in, and I found it a struggle to find the medical centre and the pharmacy last time because the whole shopping centre is a bit of a maze out there, so I'm a little bit worried about that. I've not really left any sort of buffer time for things to go wrong. Good morning, so I'm down at Circular Quay at the Manly ferry terminal because I'm getting on a boat over to Manly today. Manly Beach and just the northern beaches are supposed to be so nice. It's quite late now actually in the day, it's already about 3 o'clock. I'm getting a 3:15 ferry. This morning I've just been getting some laundry done because I've got a road trip starting tomorrow, so it's my last opportunity for a few days to do some laundry. And then I also met up with someone called Anna who messaged me on Instagram and is also in Sydney right now, and we had a nice coffee and chat this morning sitting around the harbour area. Really pleasant. Got coffee from Diggy Doo's Coffee, an iced latte and a matcha brownie. Now, while I haven't been able to get on board with matcha lattes, matcha brownies, wow, that was good. Anyway, it's been a nice morning. I've got a nice view out of the harbour. Also, dinner last night was so lovely at Sarah's house. Sarah and her husband also had a couple of other friends over as well, and they served some very tasty food, and it was nice to just get out of the hostel, feel like I was a local with the Aussies. My goodness, I've had such a good day. That was the tastiest curry. It's from somewhere called Sketch Manly, just down there. It's a little bit out of the main like beachy area, but it's a cute little sort of bar restaurant. They do lots of craft beers and stuff like that, which isn't my thing, but the food was. For dessert I had a Belgian chocolate sea salt poppadom. So delish. So I ended up paying about £25 including tip. Now I'm walking back down towards Manly Beach, then I'm going to try and walk around to see Shelley Beach, which is a little bit smaller but apparently a little bit quieter. I'm not going to sit on it, it's clearly the evening now. I need to get back over to Circular Quay soon, but I just want to see it. And then I'm going to hop on a ferry and hopefully catch the sunset as I come back into Circular Quay.
So I actually think I just spotted Shelley Beach from here. You can just look across around the bay. So I'm not going to bother walking out there because it's a little bit of a walk round, to be honest. And I don't want to be late back and miss the sunset, you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to head to the ferry terminal or whatever it's called. Made it back to Circular Quay, and I'm going to end the vlog here because tomorrow is a whole new experience of the Blue Mountains and Port Stephens road trip that I'm going to do as a standalone vlog. So see you soon for that one. Thank you for watching this one. Please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more travel backpacking updates, and yeah, you're all amazing. Bye.